Okay, I'm just setting up the live stream. It shouldn't be long. Okay, I think we're just about there. Let's just check the volume levels on OBS, make sure I'm not deafening anybody or that the airplane isn't drowning everybody out as well. So we have the TBM 930 here on the ground at Papa in Hungary, and we're going to fly it down to Sibiu in Romania. So I filed the flight with VATSIM, so I'm a little bit ahead of the curve for a change. But I thought it might be fun to file the flight also with Virtual Flight Online. So I'm going to go and, yeah, we're at Papa Airbase at the moment. That's all good. So what do I need to do? I need to go and run the ACARS software for Virtual Flight Online. So if we come back into here, we can do this as a, actually that's a good point. Let's close ACARS down. Let's come back into here, go to airline.virtualflight.online. I want to try something out because I've just reinstalled. This is the airline, by the way. It's had a new coat of paint. It's looking much more as it used to, which is quite cool. So we can see where we are, or where I last flew into using the airline. So we can go in here, we can say free flight, and we can say we're going to use the flying club. We're going to go, this is flight number 5 of our round the world trip, and this is from LHPA to LRSB. LHPA. Oh, it doesn't do the look ahead, okay. LRSB. It's a, we'll just call it a passenger flight, a charter flight, and I think the TBM is in here. Yeah. So update and go to flight planning. Of course, this will generate us a SimBrief plan as well, won't it? So that gives us all of the pre-flight stuff. We can get all of the winds aloft and all that stuff, all the good information. We can get the live weather from Windy, but that's showing our previous flight we did, not this one. That's EIDW. So maybe this isn't working. Interesting. Yeah, that was a previous flight. So delete and generate new. So LHPA to LRSB, here we go. So it was showing me my previous flight. So I'm just going to say generate. I was wondering why it wasn't giving me the option to generate. And now we have the correct information. So if we go and look in here, we'll see the live weather. Here we go, near Budapest, and you can see the wind, and we're flying over to Sibiu in Romania. So we're only actually flying across there, but you can see the winds happening, so it's kind of swirling around, not too windy. There we go. So I should be able to click ACARS and open ACARS, and it will have the flight ready to go, or that's the plan anyway. So if we go into here, no, this is wrong, isn't it? Load flight plan. Nope. It's going to be a real so-and-so, isn't it? It should. There's a bug in this. That should just load this straight in with the correct flight plan, and it's not doing so, which is ever so slightly frustrating. But we can fill it in ourselves. And flight number 5. And we can do this exactly the same trick that we're doing in here. So we can go and steal the flight plan from here, or from Little Nav Map. Yeah, so it's not perfect just yet, but it's getting there. And so LHPA to LRSB, and we can choose our aircraft. We can say how much cargo or anything like that, and we can start our flight. No sim selected. You need to... Oh, is this why it's not working? Simulator. Flight Simulator 2024. Let's try that again then. If I click ACARS, that's better. So this will all update in a moment. So it's picked up the route properly this time. There we go. And it's got the cargo and everything. That was my fault then. Just my misunderstanding. So we're going to leave ACARS running then. So if we start the flight. Oh, I haven't got LVAR. Yeah, forget it then. I'm not going to restart the simulator just for that. I haven't got the LVAR module installed in the simulator at the moment. It needs it for ACARS to work properly. Although it would be nice, wouldn't it, to do an all-up test. We're just going to shut the sim down quickly. This is where we learn things as we go. So apologies for the delay. I'll need to close down that as well, and we'll pull the simulator back up. It should load fairly quickly. There's nothing else running. And we see how we get on. So the whole point of this is to do an all-up test of the airline to make sure it's working correctly. So we can go and have a look through the data from the SimBrief plan and the live weather from Windy. And we can see the takeoff calculations. It's quite cool, isn't it? It does a lot for you. So while we're waiting for the simulator to come back up, oh, look at this. It's going to be one of those nights, isn't it? It's now claiming it can't sign me back into Xbox Live. I probably restarted the sim too quickly. Either that or there are internet gremlins afoot. Seems to be happier this time. So yes, having a look around the airline, I'll open it in a separate tab so you can see it. Obviously, you can see that flights that are going on at the moment around the world. There's only a couple going at the moment. Look, Robert and John are in the air. You can see my last PIREP, so we can go and click on that and have a look at it. So you can see where I flew over to Dublin to try out the airline the other week. And there's going to be a lot more information now because I've plugged in all of the financial data, so you'll get things like landing fees, parking fees, catering fees, all kinds of stuff. You can now see the various hub airports. So if we go and look at Adelaide, for example, it shows you where it is on the map. And you can see people that have flown in and out of here recently. You can see the flight plans that go from here. So we can go and look at one of them, for example. Say that one. And again, you can generate SimBrief straight off the back of that and go plug it straight into ACARS and go fly it. So you can see the airplanes that qualify for the route from the fleet. The thing we have switched off in the airline is damage to the airplanes. Otherwise, they just always end up in service when people do heavy landings and things like that. So it's not really very fair on everybody else if someone else goes and lunches an airplane somewhere. You can go and look at your PIREPs, obviously. So we can go and look at, you know, any old flight that I've done in the past, and you can see the data on them. You can get to the newsletter and the reference guide for the airline as well in here. And okay, so we're almost back in business. Was it LHPA? Yeah, it was. LHPA. We're starting from Papa in Hungary. Put ourselves on the ground down here. We'll start the flight. I'll wind time back when we get to the ground. So I've not been in the TBM 930 for a very long time. So it's going to be... Well, how do we put this? Mistakes will be made. But we're not going to get too worried about that. So the sky's going to darken up any moment. There it goes. And then our torch will switch on. Love how that happens. Okay, so let's go and modify the time of day, but leave the live weather on, so at least you get to see where we're going today. So there's our lovely shiny TBM. So we'll go and... Interesting. Oh, why do things pop up when you least want them to? And now I'm going to be looking for the click spots to do everything, aren't I? So I'm managing to open everything, but then not close it. Okay, I have to walk all the way around the other side of the wing to get to this one. Better have a good look around it then if it's going to be that finicky. Okay, I think I've covered off everything. So we're going to jump inside. It's been a while since I've been in one of these. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so let's go and get the other software up and running then. So first things first, we'll go and load SayIntentions because we're going to do an IFR flight plan. So it should load in the background, and here it comes, and it's at Papa, and it knows about our flight plan, so that's all good. But we do need to change our aircraft type. Oh, in the last video, I don't know if you noticed, I said it was a Piper F-33A. It's not, it's a Beechcraft F-33A. Anyway, this is a Daher, and it's a TBM 930, and that is the same, because I've customized the that's interesting. Why is that not switching that? ICAO must be 3 or 4. Oh, it's TBM 9, isn't it? There we go. Okay, so we can move that out of the way for the moment. Let's go back over to the airline then and go back to our flight plan and open ACARS with the flight plan. And hopefully it will remember this time which airline I'm using. So say the flight plan is loaded. So we can come in here, we can see the flying club, flight number 5, passenger charter from there to there. And there's the routing, and we can start the flight. Oh, I still didn't put Elvas in. Oh, forget it. Oh, that was a schoolboy error. I'm not going to reload again. We'll just go without it. We'll try it on the next flight. So, first things first then, let's get some power on in the airplane. So we want the... It's interesting, isn't it, when you haven't been in a plane for a while and you forget where all the switches are. Here we go. So we lift the crash bar up, as they call it, put it on a battery mode, and put the generator on main. Has that just started itself? Have they dumbed this right down? They have, haven't they? So it was already set to the left tank. We didn't have to turn the fuel on. We didn't have to bring the power in. We've got reverse going on here. So the engine fired itself up and we had to do absolutely nothing. Maybe this explains why I don't bother with this aeroplane much anymore. And look, the starter switch just moved all on its own. How strange. It's almost like it's been dumbed down out of all recognition, isn't it? So there's the autopilot system. Is the starter still kicking in? So we'll put it on automatic fuel selection. And it's still doing it, look. Something is triggering that. And I've just found out what. So let's do that again.
TOS system test. Okay.
Okay, so what was going on is there was a That's interesting. And look at the throttle's done. It jumped all on its own. Okay, this plane is trying to help me, and it's actually hindering me. That's quite amusing. So it's fighting against the controls, basically. So is the throttle actually going to stay there this time? I think it is. That's quite amusing, isn't it? So in trying to help me start the aeroplane, the aeroplane actually hindered me. Okay, so we've got battery, we've got main. What's the other option under here and that we can't get to is standby. Okay, so the starter is now off. Ignition is on auto, which is correct. Fuel selection is auto. Autopilot power is on. So the switch over here on the roof that you can't see the labels for unless you climb across the cockpit is the oxygen system. We'll go turn that on. Okay, so we need to put the flight plan into the aeroplane, which is going to be fun because it's down here, isn't it? And this is our SimBrief integration. I'm not sure if it does. So if we go into nav, PFD, or MFD even. Interesting. So we'll just accept, okay. And then go into flight plan. Ah, we can go to SimBrief. Interesting. Let's try it. See if the integration works. So we've just approved the Navigraph connection, so that's got the SimBrief up, and there's our flight plan. So we request this one, and we import it in, and that's pulled in. It's going, yep, going via Budapest, so that looks correct. Very good. So if we press flight plan now, we should just see that, and we can see it on the map. We've got TCAS as well operating. Not sure we actually need TCAS. I'd be inclined to come back out of that screen, but can we do that here? No. But we can there. There we go. Slowly remembering how it works. The problem with the switches is one of the switches on my controller was set to start the engines, and it had been left in that position, or it had been knocked basically when I got the joystick off the shelf. So obviously we've not done things in the right order down here. We should have now pitot heat on, inertial separator on while we're on the ground. The lights here are a bit odd. That's the de-icing, isn't it? They're overhead, aren't they? So we've got the external lights up here. So nav on. Strobe doesn't go until we get to the runway, and we'll put the taxi light on. And let's go and have a look at the airport of where we are. Oh, we need to go and set our target altitude. So we're climbing out to 11,000 feet, aren't we? They might not give us that straight away, so we'll set this. The wind is saying favouring taking off runway 16. So we're going to change the heading bug to 160 degrees. And course, we're using GPS, so course doesn't have any use for us. Can we pre-select the autopilot? Yes, we can. Look, so autopilot there, and then we can go. We can either use VNAV or flight level change. We'll probably go flight level change actually to get to altitude. So if we were to do that now, we can then dial in on here. I think, yeah, the speed we want to climb at. So say we said 100 knots. 120 even. No, we'll say 100 and see what happens. Anyway, so when we switch the autopilot on, it will immediately go over heading and speed climb mode. Just to make sure the flaps work. As I said, I haven't flown this since 2024 came out. So what's that, 5 months ago, something like that. So we need to talk to Papa Airbase, don't we? They don't have... Oh, they do have ground. Do they have clearance as well then? No. I wonder if ground will clear us. We need ATIS first though, don't we?
Hours heading, altitude,
information Zulu.
and if traffic services request.
So we're going to ask ground for clearance for our flight plan to Sibiu with information Zulu. Sibiu ground, Golf, Bravo, Papa, Echo, Sierra, requesting clearance to Sibiu as filed with information Zulu.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Something else we haven't checked, which we can do because this aeroplane isn't super realistic, is how much fuel have we got? Oh look, 50%. Let's go and give ourselves...
Daher Papa Echo Sierra, information Zulu is correct. Cleared to Sibiu. After departure, fly radar vectors, Budapest, departure runway 16. Initial climb to 4000. Departure on 131.25, squawk 1251.
Cleared to Sibiu. After departure, fly radar vectors to the Budapest VOR. Departure runway 16. Initial climb 4,000 feet. Departure on 131.25, squawk 1251. Bravo. Sorry, Papa Echo Sierra. 1251. Let's go and have a look.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra, read back correct.
So we need to go and set our radio, and it's probably going to be down here, isn't it? Not in the sim. Here we go. Transponder 1251. we switch that to... Oh, that's just a shortcut to go to IFR mode. Enter. So we've now got transponder on 1251. Excellent. So then we're still tuned to ground. We're going to request a taxi to runway 16. Papa ground. Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra requesting taxi to runway 16.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra. Taxi to runway 16 via Delta 1, Delta 2, Delta 3, Echo, Charlie, Bravo.
Taxi to runway 16 via Delta 1, 2, 3, Echo and Charlie. Sit us up in the cockpit a little bit artificially so we can actually see where we're going. Okay, let's have a quick look at the map. So we carry on straight down here, and now eventually we'll get a right turn. Going ever so slightly quickly.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra. Contact tower on 129.5. Take care.
Contacting tower 129.5, Papa Echo Sierra. Thank you. Okay, so then we go to the tower frequency, which is 129.5, as he told us. That's a little bit of a shortcut there. You can click on the frequencies. Tower, Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra, holding short runway 16 for departure as filed to Sibiu.
Daher Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra Papa Tower runway 16 winds 175 at 4, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, Papa Echo Sierra. So someone's asking, and it's kind of putting the frighteners on me, they're asking if the autopilot works. I'm hoping it does. I haven't tried this aeroplane since 2024 came out. So we're about to find out. this up. Doesn't like holding full power for very long.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra, contact departure on 131.25.
Contacting departure 131.25 Papa Echo Sierra. Departures Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra, climbing to 3,000 feet, departing runway 16 en route to Sibiu.
Daher Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra, Papa departure identified. Climb flight level 290, turn left, heading 080, vectors to Budapest, then own navigation.
Climb flight level 290, turn left, heading 080, vectors to Budapest, then own navigation. Papa Echo Sierra. So they are going to make us climb. And I'm going to tilt this downwards. The natural angle of this is awful. But anyway. So we're going to go nav mode. I'll trim the airplane now, which I'm just doing now. Autopilot on. Turn the head tracking off. So let's see if this autopilot works, shall we? So it's on nav mode and it's turning away from the track, but that might be because it's too far away. It's going for the heading look, which is normal. We're too far away from the track. It's not going to perform wonders. So we use heading mode. So is it? Yes, it's showing it here. Look, heading and GPS. So it will use heading until it's close enough to the GPS track, and then it will use the GPS track. So then we'll go and set our target altitude then to 2,900 feet. Sorry, 29,000 feet, and set our speed mode. Interesting, is that not going to allow me to do that? Flight level change works. Presumably flight level change then lets me, okay, I can set the speed on that side. So if I say 150 knots, or 160 even, it will turn that into climb rate. So then I can just keep an eye on the torque level and we can edge the torque up. But keep an eye on the temperatures as well. Just take it away from the edge. So as we come in back towards the GPS track and the CDI comes in, you should see GPS mode, or basically nav mode, take over. So we're getting ITT warnings, look. So I'm going to bring the throttle back just to get it out of the red zone. So we got pressure off on the... So do I need to switch this on to auto? Yeah. We don't need inertial separations anymore. Oh, we didn't put the lights on properly, did we? Oh, we don't need strobe. Oh, we don't need pulse, but we can do strobe. So, having not touched this airplane in 2024, I'm kind of surprised it seems to work, but we'll find out in a moment. Watch the CDI then, and watch the mode of the autopilot. It's usually within 1 dot it will go and kick in. There it goes, so it's captured. Very good. So yeah, the autopilot seems to work absolutely fine. So how do we change the range on this thing? If we go MFD and then range, there we go. And there's our route.
At our 1 o'clock, about
1978,
23
heavy
kilometers
contact
away,
Budapest, K4
you'll see the
radar
mini
on
Magyarország Macken Park,
126.75.
a fascinating miniature park that showcases Hungary's most famous landmarks in a scaled-down version. Established in 2000, this park features over 50 models, including the iconic Parliament building and the Buda Castle. It's a popular spot for families and tourists who enjoy seeing these architectural wonders in a fun, compact format. The park is not just about the models, it also offers a glimpse into Hungarian history and culture,
So we got the,
making it a great educational
Barrow
experience.
showing up as well.
So if you ever
So
find
can we
yourself
press
on the
it? Yeah,
ground,
we can go to
it's a
standard
perfect
barometric
place to
pressure.
stretch your legs and take some quirky photos with these miniatures.
Where was the... We never put the landing lights on for takeoff either, did we? We didn't follow any procedures at all. It was rather by accident that we got into the air properly. But it's a lovely looking aeroplane though, isn't it? It's a shame they got the strobing of the shadow appearing on the body. The sticker from the propeller showing up as well, and it's gone apparently translucent on the nose boss. That's a shame. Hopefully all these sorts of things will get fixed before too long. Okay. Climbing up to 14,000 feet, this thing shifts.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra, contact Budapest radar on 118.465.
Contacting Budapest radar 118.465. Bravo Papa Echo Sierra. Budapest radar Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra with you, climbing to 29,000 feet en route to Sibiu.
Daher Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra, Budapest radar, identified. Good morning.
Okay. This is a nice little airplane, isn't it? The systems work really nicely on it. So air conditioning, let's put it on pilot control. So we got outside air temperature -4. It's pretty chilly out there, then. So what can we do with this? PFD map settings. No, we don't want to do that. PFD settings, there we go. Attitude overlays. We've got the bearings we can switch on for nav1 if we had it. That's interesting though. Although I suppose they only show up if you've got the CDI in. GPS, or yeah, if you go localizer, I'm guessing they will then show up. But I've just gone and messed up the autopilot, haven't I? So it's gone to roll hold mode, which is absolutely predictable. So let's go nav mode again, and GPS comes back on. It's very cool. So should we go and have a little
Wizard 4226 requesting new cruising altitude at flight level 370.
Let's go and open up Navigraph.
Daher
en
4226,
route.
climb flight level 370.
And import
Climbing flight
from
level
Sibiu.
370, Wizard 4226.
Budapest. You know what? How's it going on? We're right on the limit, aren't we, with the engine? Should we wind that back a little bit? It's a constant speed propeller though. So it's going to stay, you know, in its managed band all the time anyway. Oh, it was a shame we didn't get the airline up and running properly. It would have been quite nice to have seen that doing its thing properly. We can still look at the live weather from it. It's quite cool. So we basically got...
At our 12 o'clock, about 10 kilometers away, you can spot a lovely park area, which is a great spot for locals to relax and enjoy nature. This park is a favorite among families and those looking to escape the hustle and bustle of city life. It features walking trails, picnic areas, and plenty of green space for children to play. The park is also a great place for bird watching, as many species can be seen flitting about the trees. It's fascinating to think that such a serene spot exists so close to the urban environment of Tatabánya. So if you ever find yourself on the ground, it's a perfect place to unwind and enjoy a bit of fresh air.
The modelling the stream of hot air. Yeah, I don't know how many of you know this, but if you look at a diagram of a turboprop, there's a gas turbine in here facing the wrong way, essentially. So it's sucking air in this end, burning it, and then ejecting it out this end. But obviously the exhaust gas from that gas turbine is driving almost like an impeller, which is on an axle and a gearbox to the propeller. Yeah, I think turboprops are fascinating. They really are. Whoever came up with the idea of using the exhaust gas from a gas turbine to drive an impeller to then drive a bigger propeller. I mean, you put a big casing around it and you've got a turbofan. But a turbofan, the gas turbine's mounted the right way around. So the axle runs right through the middle of the gas turbine on a turbofan. So the exhaust gas turns a little propeller here with an axle all the way through to the big propeller on the front, and the whole thing's encased, obviously. It's amazing how they work. And whoever thought up the ideas to try them out, it's just genius. Okay, so we're over the top.
Cirrus Oscar Kilo Tango Oscar Yankee Budapest radar. Contact Vienna radar on 132.19er.
Is that for us?
Budapest radar, speed British with Charlie Mike with you at flight level 350.
So if you
With
look
Air 2486,
on
Budapest
the map,
radar identified, Zepnapod.
Budapest
Budapest
Center
over
with
to
Air
our
2486. We need cancel.
it's here. I'm going to request descent to 10,000 feet. Who are we talking to? Let's go and find out. So, Budapest radar. Budapest radar, Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra requesting descent to 10,000 feet.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra, climb altitude 10,000 feet.
Descending to 10,000 feet. Papa Echo Sierra. That was a mistake from the AI then, wasn't it? So if we do flight level change and we pull the power back, to make the rivets pop, won't it? I just want to go and have a look around Budapest before we move on. So we're going to drop back down. We'll request to depart the IFR flight plan when we're nearer the city. So if we were to increase the target speed, it will descend a lot more quickly. Yeah, look at that.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra, climb flight level 290.
Negative, requesting descent to 10,000 feet, Papa Echo Sierra.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra, descend altitude 10,000 feet, QNH 1020.
Descending 10,000 feet, Papa Echo Sierra.
Least International Airport, which is the largest and busiest airport in Hungary. Opened in 1950, it was originally named after the famous Hungarian composer Franz Liszt. The airport has undergone several renovations and expansions, with the most recent terminal opening in 2011. It's a hub for many airlines and serves as a gateway for travelers exploring Central and Eastern Europe. Fun fact, the airport was once a military airfield, and now it handles millions of passengers each year, making it a vital part of Hungary's transportation infrastructure. So as we fly over, just think about all the adventures that begin and end at this busy airport.
Okay, you can see the big airport there, and you can see the main part of the city over here.
Budapest radar, Lufthansa 1678, request heading 040.
Budapest. And you should see the bridges over the river, which are
Lufthansa 1678, contact Budapest approach on 119.51.
And one in particular, I'm not sure, from this altitude you won't be able to see it. I talked about this on a flight the other evening. It's our local bridge across the River Thames.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra, climb flight level 290.
Is the prototype for it. They're still asking me to go back, aren't they? Do you know what? I'm going to cancel it. Budapest radar, terminating IFR flight plan, requesting flight following instead.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra, traffic service established. Maintain current heading and altitude. Identified. Daher Papa Echo Sierra identified. 3 east of Budapest at flight level 120, QNH 1019er.
Okay, let's go and cancel the autopilot then. And put the head tracking on, and we're going to go and have a look around Budapest. So I'm guessing all the tower blocks laid out in a regimented fashion are ex-Soviet construction projects. I think that's the bridge. The one I was talking about. We'll go and fly past it. Have a close look. It's an early suspension bridge. It's a chain link suspension bridge. Yeah, that is it.
At our 1 o'clock, just 2 kilometers away, you can see the iconic Sechenyi or chain bridge. Completed in 1849, this stunning suspension bridge was the first permanent bridge to connect Buda and Pest, the two halves of Budapest. Designed by the English engineer William Tierney Clark, it was a marvel of engineering at the time, and remains a symbol of the city. The bridge is adorned with majestic lion statues at both ends, which are said to have been inspired by the artist's fear of not being able to see the lion's tongues. It's a popular spot for both tourists and locals, offering breathtaking views of the Danube River and the surrounding architecture. So, as we fly over, just imagine the countless footsteps that have crossed this bridge since it opened, connecting not just two sides of a city, but also the hearts of its people.
There we go, she's told us all about it. William Tierney Clark. There's a big plaque with his name on the bridge in the town where I live. And a much smaller version of the bridge. Okay, so we want to carry on with our route, don't we? So we'll carry on turning left and then we'll go towards the next waypoint. And then out across the countryside towards Romania. So I'll probably stay at 2,000 feet for the moment. It seems to be a good sightseeing height. So we need to go and sort that out, don't we? So 2.5 is probably a better number. So autopilot on. Heading mode for the moment. And we should be able to go. Yeah, you'll see the leg change in a moment when we get near to the Budapest VOR. And it realises we're on to the next one. But can you do direct 2 on this as well? Yes, you can. So we're now going direct to the Ket. Or Kekskamet VOR. Okay, should we open the power up a little bit more? Edging towards 2,500 feet. So it should go altitude hold when we get there. So let's keep an eye on this. Is it going to do it? No, it's gone straight through. So we'll tell it to stop climbing. Countryside as well as we whistle across the landscape.
301, descend altitude 6,000.
Descending 6,000 feet to Ocean 301. Budapest radar, good evening. Ocean 301, passing flight level 310, climbing flight level 350.
Austrian 301, Budapest radar identified, Joe Esdet.
So we've got some weather coming up in the distance, haven't we? Should have a look on Navigraph and see if they've got the same information we have. So if we pull up the weather and reduce the flight level to 3,000 feet, should do it. So it's not showing up on the radar. So there can't be anything too sinister out there, it's just a bit of white cloud. Okay.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra, contact Budapest North info on 119.35.
Contacting Budapest North info 119.35, Bravo Papa Echo Sierra. Budapest info, Bravo Papa Echo Sierra with you, 2,500 feet en route to Sibiu with flight following. Com radio frequency. Budapest North 11935.
At our 12 o'clock, about 5 kilometers away, you can see the M5 Ipari Park, which is an industrial park located in Ashhartian. Established to boost local economy and provide a hub for various businesses, this area is a testament to Hungary's growth in the industrial sector. While it may not be the most picturesque landmark, it plays a crucial role in the region's economy, housing numerous companies and providing jobs for many locals. Interestingly, industrial parks like this one are often designed with efficiency in mind, featuring modern facilities and infrastructure to support various industries. So while we might not be stopping for a picnic here, it's fascinating to think about all the hard work and innovation happening in this area.
Okay, there she shut up. I can go and talk to the radio again. Or to the Budapest North info. Budapest North info, Bravo Papa Echo Sierra with you, 2,500 feet en route to Sibiu.
Daher Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra, Budapest North info. Good afternoon in ARCS QNH 1019er.
There we go. Standard barrow is still on, that's a good point. Can we toggle it? Yes we can. And can we correct it? Yes we can. Does it synchronize? Yeah, it synchronizes.
This is Hotel Alpha Victor Oscar Hotel heading to 20, proceeding to Lima, Hotel Tango Lima Airport.
I'm going to take us up to 5,000 feet. I think the ground's getting higher.
Daher Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra, Budapest North info. Contact Budapest Northeast info on 134.85, transponder 7,000. Have a good afternoon.
Contacting Budapest Northeast info 134.85, transponder 7,000. Good afternoon. So 134.85. We can do that by clicking it, but we want to change the transponder to 7,000, which we can do down here. No, we can't, because you have to press the transponder button first. Cancel that. Transponder 7,000. Enter. Budapest and Northeast info 134. What am I talking about? Budapest Northeast info. Bravo Papa Echo Sierra with you, climbing to 5,000 feet en route to Sibiu.
Daher Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra Budapest Northeast info, pass your message.
I just did. It's too tired. I'm sorry, it's too late. I'm getting tired. I'm starting to speak backwards. Let's rebroadcast again. Budapest and Northeast info. Bravo Papa Echo Sierra with you climbing to 5,000 feet en route to Sibiu. It just shows, doesn't it? Tiredness is such a factor. Unfortunately, at the moment, the only chance I get to fly on the simulator is very late at night, when I've been up usually since 7 in the morning, and it's usually midnight by the time I get to play with the sim. It's just the way things are at the moment, I'm afraid. It's amazing actually how many mistakes can be made and how quickly they can be made when you're just tired. So we're about to pass over the top of an airfield.
At our 2 o'clock, about 5 kilometers away, you'll see El Sojus Park, a lovely outdoor space perfect for relaxation and recreation. This park is a favorite among locals, especially families looking for a place to enjoy the fresh air and sunshine. It features walking paths, picnic areas, and plenty of green space for kids to run around. Established to provide a natural escape from the urban environment, it serves as a reminder of the importance of green spaces in our cities. Interestingly, parks like this one are crucial for mental health, offering a serene environment to unwind. So, as we fly over, just think about all the laughter and joy happening down there in the park.
Right. So, let's go and increase the range on the MFD. Showing a radio marker from the airfield that we just passed over. And there's the outer marker. What I'm going to do while we are en route is go to little map, open the minimal window layout, and put that across here so you can see where we are. So we've got a few minutes until we cross the border, so I'm going to go make a quick coffee. Yeah, so just reading the live stream comments from Julio saying about SayIntentions, the tour guide is, yeah, there's a little bit of a lag there, isn't there? They are improving it slowly, but AI is always going to have a little bit of a lag. I think it's amazing what they've achieved though. It's very, very clever. So we've got the 7 knot tailwind at the moment. Should we go and hide the task bar? So behaviours, automatically hide, and if we bring that forward and then tap that forward, then it will disappear. There we go. So I'm going to go make a quick coffee. Hopefully that will wake me up enough to complete the rest of the route in good time. See you in a moment.
At our 12 o'clock, just 2 kilometers away, you'll see the Changradi Ipari Park. While it may not be the most glamorous sight from the air, this industrial park plays a significant role in the local economy. Established to foster business growth and innovation, it houses various companies that contribute to the region's industrial output. It's interesting to note that industrial parks like this one are designed with efficiency in mind, featuring modern infrastructure to support a range of industries. So, while we might not be stopping for a picnic here, it's fascinating to think about all the hard work happening in this area.
I'm back. Just correcting the wire of my headphones, which somehow tangled itself. So we're racing out towards the border between Hungary and Romania. Let's go and have a closer look at the map of where we're going. Maybe ask the tour guide some information about the places we are passing. Hi Sarah, can you tell us about Oroshaza?
Orisha is a small village located in Hungary, known for its serene countryside and traditional Hungarian architecture.
Okay, so
While it may not be a major tourist destination, it offers a glimpse into rural life in Hungary, where you can find charming homes and local farms. The area is perfect for those who enjoy nature and the simplicity of village life. Historically, villages like Orisha have been the backbone of Hungarian culture, preserving customs and traditions over generations. So as we fly by, think about the stories and lives of the people who call this quaint village home.
This aeroplane sounds like an angry bumblebee, doesn't it? It just howls the entire time. It would drive you batty if you were flying it for real all day long. So yeah, so that's pronounced Orisha. So let's go and try this out. So if we go into translate.google and type in Oroshaza. Hungary. Can this do Hungarian? Perhaps I need the words with the accents. I can't just put the anglicised spelling in. Oroshaza. There it is. Then take that back to translate.
Oroshaza. Oroshaza. Oroshaza.
So I'm guessing that SayIntentions is getting it wrong. Let's ask it again. Hi Sarah, what's the name of this small town we're just passing over?
The small town we're just passing over is called Hódmezővásárhely. It's known for its beautiful architecture and rich agricultural history.
Okay, I'll take her word for that. That's the one over here. Hódmezővásárhely. Okay. Interesting. So Sarah, can you tell us a bit about Hungary?
Hungary is a landlocked country in Central Europe, known for its rich history, stunning architecture, and unique language. The capital city, Budapest, is famous for its thermal baths, the Danube River, and the historic Buda Castle. Hungary is also renowned for its contributions to music, with composers like Franz Liszt and Bela Bartok hailing from the region. The country is famous for its cuisine, particularly dishes like goulash and chimney cake. Additionally, Hungary boasts beautiful landscapes, including the Great Plain and Lake Balaton, which is the largest lake in Central Europe.
There you go. So, ready for next time with the airline. I need to go and get hold of the now I'm just going to go and check if I look in add-ons, I think I already had it in here. Yeah, there's the LVAR module. I don't think it will break the simulator putting it in here now, but I should have put it in the community folder. So next time I load up ACARS, it will be able to read the data from the simulator. And then we can have an all-up test of using it properly. It's quite cool though, isn't it, the airline? Now I've put the skin back on it. So I've put the graphics for the rank of the pilots back in. I've also put the pilot awards back in. So if I go and look at my own profile, for example, you can see awards with some nice little graphics on them as well. You can see your stats as well, and you can see your most recent PIREPs. You can also see stats across the airlines. So it takes a few seconds for it to compile them. There you go. So you get to see various leaderboards, and you can see pilots of the month, of the year, and this in terms of all sorts of stats like landing rates, distance, block time, and numbers of flights. It's very cool, isn't it? So a few of us, or a few of our number, have covered some enormous distances. And look at this, this guy's done nearly 300,000 miles. And the year before that, it's nearly 650,000 miles. That's crazy, isn't it? Very cool. Should we go and have a look at his profile? Whoa. You can also, I think, or maybe you can't see the map of the PIREPs. Thought you might be able to, maybe not. Very good. So the airline's completely free. It's a bit of a pay it back to the community effort, really, because I obviously take so much from the community. I like to try and give back where I can. Okay, we're about to pass the VOR. So the name of it is the Arad VOR. And there's the Arad airfield. Is that a military airfield? Looks like one, doesn't it? Hi Sarah, what can you tell us about the Arad airfield? There it is.
The Arad Airfield, located near the city of Arad in Romania, has a rich aviation history dating back to its establishment in the early 20th century. It was primarily used for military purposes and has served as a base for various aircraft over the years. The airfield is known for its strategic location, making it an important site during different historical periods, including World War II. Today, it is used for both military and civilian aviation, and it continues to play a role in the region's aviation activities. If you look closely, you might even spot some training exercises happening on the grounds.
Hills coming at last. So So after these flat plains, which have been quite pedestrian and boring, we're getting some hills in the distance, which is what I was hoping for really, which is why we're extending this flight out. So it's going to get more interesting, I think, the further we get into. It's interesting, we haven't been handed over, have we? Where's these sectors? So if we go and open the default window now and put the sectors on, yeah, we should have been handed over to the Bucharest airspace. Let's ask. Budapest info requesting handover to Bucharest radar, Papa Echo Sierra.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra, contact Bucharest radar on 120.4.
Contacting Bucharest radar 120.4, Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra. Good day. Bucharest radar, Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra with you en route to Sibiu. I forgot the name of the place now. Getting tired and strikes again. Responding. That's happened a few times tonight, isn't it? I wonder if there's something going on with SayIntentions. Oh, it's saying nobody's listening on 0.4. Maybe they're switched off for the evening. Let's see what frequency we've got according to Little Navman. So we've got Bucharest 121370. Okay, let's try it. Let's see if the instruction from the AI was wrong then. So 121370, so we go down here to Navcom, and COM1 we go 121370 and transfer it to active. No, that's done 375. 121370 transfer. Won't do it. Now there's a bug. Interesting. Never seen that one before. Let's just try it. Bucharest radar radio check.
Daher Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra unknown readability 5.
Carrier ops. Interesting. Never seen that before. That's saying center frequency for interesting. Bucharest radar, Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra with you 5,000 feet en route to Sibiu. Forgot it again, I'm getting worse.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra, Roger, continue as planned. QNH 1019er.
Continuing as planned, Golf Bravo Papa Echo Sierra. I'm getting worse. Worse and worse.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra, Roger, continue as planned.
So just reading the live stream comments from Julia there about the RAF adopting flight sim to use to train Spitfire pilots. The guys at, now I'm going to get the name of the company wrong, so I'm just going to go and check the story on the internet. So RAF Spitfire MSFS. It will be in the news, won't it? Authenticate. So I've got a piece of kit on the shelf up there. Authenticate sent me a control kit for Flight Simulator, which I did a feature on. I built it by hand myself and yeah, put it together following their instructions. And it was a fascinating build, and it works absolutely perfectly. But yeah, so on the shelf up there, I've got a throttle quadrant from what's it called, a Comanche. But the yeah, so Authenticate make all of the replica parts as in kit form for you to basically construct a Spitfire cockpit, and it all works perfectly with the simulator. Just reading the comments there, yeah, I think it is 3D printing that they're using, but it's professionally done. It's not like a home built one. They're very good quality, but the kits are fascinating to put together. I'd never done an electrical engineering kit before, so never done anything about using breadboards or anything like that, so it was fascinating for me to put it together. And it's got a little microcontroller inside it as well, so you can daisy chain several pieces of hardware together, which is obviously what they do with the Spitfire kit, because you've got the throttle and the mixture and the propeller controller, and then you've got various other switches and things that you can put around the cockpit. Let's go and show you. Well, while everybody's on the flight and we've got a few minutes, let's go and look at Authenticate. Go and have a look in Spitfire Mark 9. Yeah, there's obviously the pictures of the RAF Battle of Britain flight using the simulator. So yeah, there you go, look. So you've got the trim control, you've got the throttle quadrant with the mixture and propeller control. You've got
at our 10 o'clock, about 6 kilometers away, you'll see Güzel Vaditir Park. This park is a beautiful outdoor space that offers a great escape for locals and visitors alike. Established to provide a natural retreat, it features lush greenery, walking trails, and picnic areas where families can enjoy a day out. The park is also popular among birdwatchers, as it attracts various species that can be spotted, flitting about the trees. Interestingly, the name Güzel Vadi translates to beautiful valley, which perfectly describes the serene landscape you can see from the air. So, as we fly over, just imagine all the laughter and joy happening down there as people take in the beauty of nature.
So, this is interesting. I've got a rather lesser version of this, but there's a microcontroller in here, and then everything, all of their various devices plug in with Ethernet cables into this hub. And then it goes via one USB to the computer. It's very cleverly done. So as you buy each extra piece of kit, you can open this back up and wire in the connector to the microcontroller. It's very cool. Okay, so whereabouts are we in the world? We're heading towards the Delta Victor Alpha VOR. So let's find out its real name. It's the Deva VOR. So we are hurtling towards it, about 40 miles out maybe. Now why is there a restricted danger? Max altitude 10,000 feet, so why is that a danger?
301 Bucharest radar identified, good afternoon.
What is looked after here? So, Aero Club. Let's ask Sarah if she knows. So, Celesti Konstantin. Let's go and find out what his full name is. Konstantin Manolash. Hi Sarah, do you know much about the airfield at Lima Romeo Delta Victor and why there might be a danger sector marked around it on the map?
The airfield at LRD Victor, also known as Aerodromul SU Letai, is primarily used for general aviation and training purposes. The danger sector marked around it could be related to various factors such as military training exercises, airspace restrictions, or potential hazards like nearby obstacles or wildlife activity. It's always important for pilots to be aware of these sectors to ensure safety during flight operations.
Yeah, I think that on the live stream, Julia is probably right. I bet it's gliders, or it could be people using parachutes, couldn't it? Skydiving. Hi Sarah, is there a skydiving school in Samaria?
Yes, there is a skydiving school in Samaria, known for its breathtaking views and thrilling experiences.
That answers that one then, doesn't it? So the landscape is slowly improving as we hurtle along. It's becoming a bit more interesting. So the place we're actually going is just the other side of the next load of hills, so should we go manual now? So autopilot is off. Follow the edge of these hills.
Sink rate, sink rate, sink rate, sink rate, sink rate, sink rate. Pull up. Pull up, 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 pull up. Sink rate, sink rate, pull up, pull up, pull up. Pull up.
So, being asked what controller am I using? I have got the Thrustmaster Airbus Captain's Pack, so I've got the stick and the throttle quadrant. I don't actually have any pedals. I keep thinking about buying some, but I can never quite warrant spending the money on them. visibility in this plane is awful, isn't it? So yeah, Benito is saying he has the Airbus edition and has a lot of problems. I don't have any problems with it. I've got the same stick by the sounds of it that you have. I have remapped lots of the buttons, mind.
At our 1 o'clock, just 2 kilometers away, you'll see the Parkul Satati Diva, or Diva Fortress Park. This park is home to the ruins of the Diva Fortress, which dates back to the 13th century and was originally built to protect the region from invaders. The fortress sits atop a volcanic hill, offering stunning panoramic views of the surrounding area, including the city of Deva and the Muirs River. It's a popular spot for hikers and history enthusiasts alike, as the trek up to the fortress is both challenging and rewarding. Legend has it that the fortress was once the site of a fierce battle between the Hungarian and Ottoman forces, making it a significant historical landmark. So as we fly over, just imagine the knights and soldiers who once roamed these grounds, defending their land with valor.
So we're heading out over that way. Okay, so about 50 miles to go to Sibiu, but we're going pretty quick, so it's going to be about 20 minutes, I guess. Let's open the engine up. See how fast this thing will go. Maybe drop down to treetop height. Not allowed to go faster than 250 knots below 10,000 feet, but we can do 250 knots. Do I have any videos on setting up the Airbus controller? I've got a video just generally on setting up controls in 2024. If you search my channel, you'll find it. So if you click on my name within YouTube, you can search. About halfway down the page, there's a search box. Not a lot of people seem to know that in YouTube, that you can search somebody's channel. You don't have to search YouTube as a whole. Obviously, you can just search for my name and 2024 and controls, and that will probably find it as well. Should we try it? So let me just go and put this on autopilot for a moment. So that's the heading bug. Autopilot on, heading mode on. Altitude hold is now on. So if you go and go to YouTube, and you go View Channel, and so there's my channel, and you can see there's a magnifying glass there, and if you type in 2024 controls, guide to configuring controls in Flight Simulator 2024, along with absolute beginner's guide to starting out with 2024, beginner's guide to controlling camera views and custom views in 2024. So yeah. And the one about the controls, funnily enough, has had nearly 50,000 views. Turns out a lot of people have problems with it. So, to be honest, I just sat down and sat, with the mindset of I'm going to figure this out, and methodically work through figuring out how the new control scheme works in 2024. Once you get your head around it, it's infinitely better than any other simulator. What it lets you do is very cleverly thought out. I'm just trying to keep myself awake, really, giving myself something to do, flying low through the valleys. Have I downloaded the beta? I've never installed any of the betas of Flight Simulator. I always stick with the release versions. I'm happy to wait. And that's probably linked to what I was mentioning earlier, that I don't get a huge amount of time to mess around with the simulator, so when I am running it I tend to actually be doing something rather than trying to figure out what's working or not in the latest build. Their homeowners association something to complain about. Almost there.
Sink rate, pull up, 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 pull up.
Okay, so we're going to talk to Sibiu on the radio. So we've got tower, hurrah! Get a bit closer first. It's just over the other side of this hill, I think. Just reading the comments about me having a number to call when I land. Yeah, probably. Sibiu, Tower, Daher, Golfer, Bravo, Papa, Echo, Sierra, approaching from the south, requesting full stop landing.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra. Enter left downwind for runway 9er, winds 250 at 5, cleared to land.
Enter left downwind for runway 9er, clear to land. Bravo, Papa Echo Sierra. So we're going to do an orbit of the airfield to go left downwind for 9er because we're coming in from 90 degrees. So we're going to fly around the airfield, round the back. If we get to 2,000 feet, we're already at 3,000. What's the elevation? Let's go and have a quick look. So if we click on the airfield here, elevation is 1,400 feet. So 2,500 feet would be 1,000 feet. So if we were at 3,500 feet, we could go straight over the top of the airfield. Because normal pattern altitude would be 1,000 feet. So if we can be 2,000 feet above pattern altitude, so there we go. So we're at 3,500 feet now. And then we'll double back on ourselves in a moment. Join downwind in a moment. So coming off the power at the same time.
Landing gear.
2,500 feet will be pattern altitude, so we're just dropping onto it and looking out the wrong way over there. So let's go and do things a little bit more correctly this time. Hey, landing lights on.
Tower, Mike Delta Charlie is ready to taxi.
Sync rate.
Sibiu Tower, Mike Delta Charlie is ready to taxi.
Sync rate.
Diamond Mike Delta Charlie, taxi to runway 27 at your discretion.
Taxi to runway 27, Mike Delta Charlie, thank you.
This thing does not want to slow down, does it? Look at it drifting. So we've gone very long because of that. We're looking for a taxiway.
Daher Papa Echo Sierra, welcome to Sibiu. Taxi to General Aviation Parking via Alpha, stay with me.
Taxiing to General Aviation Parking, we'll stay with you. Bravo Papa Echo Sierra. So yeah, I was dropping the flaps throughout the approach. That was the weird thing, that it didn't seem to want to lose speed until I had a lot of flaps. So whether that's normal for the 930, I don't think this 930 is very accurate, to be honest. I just thought it would be a bit of a novelty to get it back out. See, this is where it gets a bit frustrating with some of the planes that Asobo have put together. So how do we get...
India Delta Alpha, read back correct.
How do we get that back over to Feather?
Tower Yankee Romeo India Delta Alpha, request taxi.
There doesn't appear to be a way to do it. Very strange. I mean, we can just shut the fuel off. The X-ray effect is very odd, isn't it? It's obviously a mistake in the development of the aeroplane. Aha, so someone's saying we can go and... Okay. That's very intuitive, isn't it? So you press left and right mouse buttons and then you can feather and shut off. Interesting, okay. It's a shame though, isn't it, the bugs in the aeroplane, because otherwise it does look amazing. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. So that was flight 5 of our trip around the world so far. So on our next flight we'll probably be flying, I'm guessing, down to Bucharest. And then, or do we hug the mountains to keep it interesting? But it'd be interesting, wouldn't it, to go down through Bucharest, then on to Bulgaria. Maybe the next flight will take us over towards Varna on the coast, and then we can follow the edge of the coast around into Turkey and go across the north coast of Turkey, maybe. Because the end result is we're heading this way. Yeah, and then we'll head down across Asia, then out across the islands, and at some point we end up with like a 2,000-mile leap, which will be fun, and then climb up through the eastern seaboard of the US, across Greenland, Iceland, and then back to where we started. But obviously that's going to be weeks away, because we're doing these, you know, a little bit at a time. So all we've covered so far is from there to there, with 5 small flights. But it should be good fun. It's interesting just to see a bit of the world otherwise you wouldn't have seen, isn't it? So I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Take care. And hopefully I'll be a bit more awake next time and won't make so many mistakes. So yeah, there's a lesson for us all there somewhere probably. See you soon.